Alright, hello everyone and welcome back to my Skyrim Mod Spotlight series, where today we are having a look at the Markarth Exterior mod, which is being made by user Lumikami. And what this glorious little piece of work looks to add into the game is a lightweight expansion of the exterior area of Markarth, and I have really been enjoying this mod, as it's one of those sad things in the modding world that Markarth really kind of gets ignored in regards to, expansions to its area. Every other hold has loads of different mods doing things like that, and this one has so few, and what do exist out there? Honestly, I don't care for much because they tend to add, in my opinion, way too much and make the whole place look a bit overly crowded. So I quite like that this is a lightweight expansion, just adding in a few things to make it feel a bit bigger and more interesting. So let's take a look at what all we do get here, starting with the immediate exterior over here, where over by the Salvius farm and the mine, we have a new tower that has been added in basically to watch over that section of the valley. Very cool there indeed. Now, a bit further up along the road, as you get close by the stables, we now also have a new farmhouse with a couple of additional NPCs inside. They're not going to really have anything to say, but hey, they're there to add a bit more life. And finally, along the southern edge of the wall, we now have a large third guard tower to, well, protect the city from. And along with those two towers, you can see, like right there and right there, of course, there are also some additional guards added in to patrol the area and go up into those towers to look out, which I quite enjoy. Now, there are a few other little minor things added in. If we actually run up the path here, you'll also notice we also are seeing a lot more wooden spikes around the area, and that is because these two have been added in as sort of inspiration from the Elder Scrolls Online Markarth. So we do have a number of these around, which also does make sense since the area is involved in a civil war at the moment, so a few extra battlements is always nice. But I gotta say, I really do like this small tower here. It's just a tiny change to the world, but I mean, it makes sense. We have this bit of the valley here where there's really no protection whatsoever for those poor miners or this farm, and it just, well, makes sense to have a watchtower there. Let's actually change the weather because it's getting foggy in this part of the world. And let's move on up the road a bit more to get over to our new little farmhouse, which apparently this NPC is having a little bit of trouble with. Okay, that's the first time I've seen that. Now, one of the parts on the mod page, does say that everything has been nav meshed, but it is looking like the AI is still having a little bit of trouble with it. And of course, I catch it on cam trying to record my video. But yes, it's just a small, lovely little farmhouse, which let's just go ahead and unlock and check out on the inside, just so you guys can see Vusa's
You're not
house.
supposed to be in
Yes,
here.
Vusa, quiet you. We have Vusa here, and her son
not going to
also
warn you
lives
again.
here in this home. Let's just go ahead and turn off her AI.
Now,
There
I'll
we go,
call the
lovely.
cops.
And yeah, it's just a nice, small little house. Nothing too spectacular here, but, a perfectly serviceable home with two new NPCs. Later, Vusa, before you do call the guard. Granted, I turned off your AI, so that may not happen now. Oh, and hey, that one person on a horse is gone now. Excellent, excellent. Now, as we move closer into the main area of Markarth, again, you see that we have the wooden pikes everywhere along the area, just, again, giving it a little bit of extra defense. And if we go behind this normal tower, and over to here, you can see our lovely new tower, which let's actually just kind of get up here a bit to get a slightly better view of it. And as you can see, it just extends from the main wall right there to a large new tower, where we do even have a door we can go through there to actually access the main section of the tower. So if we jump back down and go across the water here, lovely little bridge, We have just a nice little area here for guards to take a rest. We've got a shield and sword if you so desire to have a Markarth's guard shield. And then it can, of course, go into the South Tower stairs. And it's a pretty simple, just little staircase loading area that if we go up through here, we actually load in to the main portion of that tower. Now, this has 2 levels. We're sort of on, I guess, the lower level of the tower, which is quite cool. We had got like arrow slits and everything there. You've got a good view of the main entrance gatehouse over there. And if we head on up the stairs, we have a large view of the valley as a whole, with again our beautiful new farmhouse, our new tower, all quite nice. And again, like mentioned, there are some more guards added. You already did see the one guard way down over there, and the guard that was on the bridge down there does come up here quite regularly and just sort of stands to keep a watch out on the valley. So yeah, it's a pretty simple, small, little expansion to Markarth, but I quite like it. It adds a bit more of an interesting feel to the place. And honestly, I mean, for me, another little watchtower just makes sense, protecting where there's an important farm and an important mine for Markarth. You'd think they'd have something there. And this tower here, I also quite like because I always felt that this wall was just a bit bare. You had the cool, awesome, large gatehouse, and then just a boring section of wall to go there. So I think it is awesome having a new tower in that location. And the farmhouse, I think, is just a neat little addition because, to me, this area in here always felt just so very empty. So even just one small additional house is pretty cool. And as an additional extra to it, there is a patch for this mod to allow it to be compatible with open cities, so you can see these things from afar, which is quite good, so there is compatibility there. But yeah, that really is all to go over with this. Not a huge mod, just a nice little lightweight expansion to the city of Markarth that I quite enjoy. So if you'd like to have a look at this mod for yourself, which I'd certainly recommend you go and do, you can have a look at the link in the description as per usual. But that, my friends, is going to be it for this one today. Hopefully you have enjoyed and you do come back for the next. But until that time, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one!